All right, guys, if you can see behind me, it's pretty clear today. Yesterday, it was not the case. We must have had I'd say it was like kind of like a northwest wind. That would be my guess. And I thought our woods were on fire. Like, no joke. There was so much smoke rolling through. And I guess a lot of people were calling, like, our local, our fire department stuff. It was smoke coming from, I guess there's some Canadian wildfires going on right now, so it was smoke coming from there. It's always crazy to me when you have them big wildfires like that, how we can see smoke from it, or like the big hurricane that just rolled through. They were saying Grand Rapids, which is just south of us, will see rain from it. It always makes makes me feel so small that, like, those things happening so far away can travel that far. Completely insane. But anyways, it's Monday morning. Got good air quality today, so that's nice. Yesterday was not good quality air, which is very uncommon for my area. Normally every day is good quality air. So today, what we're working on, we're gonna hopefully finish up this long bed, flat bed. It's just going on a single wheel Ford pickup. The ProStar welding wire penetrated, very nice. Welds seem really good. Honestly, to me, it seems to run just as good as the Hobart stuff. Not familiar with them, not affiliated with them at all. Because it was in a past video, I just wanted to note that it seemed to run fine. Again, not a super high structural job here. It's a flatbed. And there's some guys who like to kind of go down the rabbit hole that solid wire is completely useless. There's two ends of the spectrum. Solid wire is completely useless. Solid wire you can do everything with. As far as flatbeds go, I use solid wire for everything unless I'm building hitches. If I'm building hitches, I just have more confidence with myself in 7018 rod. Preheat the rod, preheat the metal, 7018. Make sure everything's bright and clean. 7018. Chip all slag off, wire wheel it out. Same thing. And I usually do, I think, 3 passes. So yeah, other than that, solid wire for everything on my flatbeds. Solid wire for like all our smokers, like everything. Another question I get asked a lot is that brake. Built that using solid wire. Table. Actually, excuse me, I take that back. I built the table with 7018 just because that's what I had way back when. Originally, that table was going to be a 5x10 trailer that I was going to build to haul all my my welding skid on way back in the day. And I had an axle under it, and then my truck bed just completely rotted out, and I built a flatbed, and tools have been on the flatbed ever since. So I had that laying around. I was like, how about a 5x10 table? Way overkill, way bigger than what I need. But definitely works. So today, the objective, we have to weld the decking to the cross members underneath. I just stitch weld it, and I go down each one. I put weights on there to make sure everything lays nice and flat. Then we're gonna move to the headache rack. I have almost everything cut out here. I use 2x3 1/8 tubing. Hey, Bubba. I use 2x3 1/8 tubing. Sorry, I need to keep you guys in focus. I have everything cut out here. I drew up plans this morning on my computer, on my CAD program, on Fusion. And some of the numbers just didn't seem right to me to fit my light fixtures. So I'm going to kind of play around with that and see maybe exactly if it works, if it doesn't. But next year I actually want to change my headache racks, just because now, because I have a bigger plasma table. Before, like, where are they here? Let me scoop one out. I gotta clean this place. So before, I've always just cut these out, and they work good. I like them. I like the look. I would actually like to move to something a little sleeker, a little less, because how it goes right now is the 2x2, 2x3 tube sits this way and this way. I would actually like to change it to where I form the sides and top bar to where everything's formed, so I don't have to buy 2x3 tubing anymore. Everything gets formed. Only thing I'm not exactly sure on how I'm going to do it yet is I would need a bigger than a 48-inch brake. It's a 50-inch, but bigger than that to break the parts. So I'm not sure if I should break them in 2 sections and weld them together and buff it out, or if I just put relief cuts in it and just hand break them. There'll still be some 2x2 tube in there. Like, I'll need some 2x2 tube for, like, cross braces and whatnot. But, like, 1 tube could probably do 4, maybe 5 flatbeds. So yeah. So next year, that's something that might change. The other thing I'm thinking about changing for next year is the back end. I like how clean and kind of slick it looks. I've been welding these joints. I don't think it looks bad welded. The only reason I'm thinking about changing it is I could break them and then it's perfectly clean. The only thing about that is when I cut, so when I have a single rear wheel flatbed, my drops off the side are enough to cut these pieces out with. So it's kind of one of them things, like, to make that one single break and have it just clean, I would have to buy a sheet of 4x8. I could cut it all out and I could get 3 of them per sheet is what I've figured it out to. And I just don't know if that's enough. Now, I have thought about shortening this and putting a step here. So cutting off about 4 inches of this and putting a little step here. And I'm not sure if I want to do that, because another thing people always have concerns about is, can I still turn a trailer? Because I make the beds, and I always tell them, not everybody, sometimes people are hesitant to believe them. How I make my measurements with the beds is from the cab to the rear hitch. And they usually come out a foot longer than what your bed is. So if you have an 8-foot bed, we can usually squeeze a 9-foot bed on there with no turning issues. So like this one, it's a 9-foot bed. It's actually like, I think, an inch short maybe. Because for whatever reason, these Fords, when you're building them custom too, that's just what seems to fit the best. So if I put a step here, if I put a step down here, then we're starting to block our hitch. Now, there's the other thing where, well, just build hitches on your flatbeds and then you don't have to worry about the hitch. Totally true, completely changes liability. Right now, if I'm using the factory hitch off the truck, it's no problem. I'm not liable for it. If I build my own hitches, then I have to go into getting the design approved, getting it tested, doing all that things. And I don't move enough flatbeds to really make it worth our time. The other thing I'm gonna do, because I want to be able to stock flatbeds too, because I've probably lost out on 5 sales because I just didn't have them sitting here. The reason I don't stock them is if I build a 55-inch wheel center, I'm gonna get calls for 41 inches all day, right? So instead of having what I call this mini skirt, which I think looks really nice and everybody seems to like it because it really hides how the bed gets mounted, and especially up here, rust belt, rusty frames, it just makes it look cleaner, makes it look better. But we're gonna have one that I think we're just gonna do a 4-inch strip down the sides, and it won't interfere. I won't have to have a wheel well cut out, and I could build them and stock them and then just sell them. It'll take me a while to get a stock built up. I'll probably, honestly, my goal is if I had one long bed and one short bed stocked at all times, I'd be happy with that. Because I don't really, we don't have the liquid to just stock 20-30 beds. We moved about 40 I think this year, so that's great. If I missed out on 5, it'll probably be one of them things where I'll build one. If we sell it, I'll build 2 more, and if I got 5 stocked, I think I'd be really happy. Again, I'm not super worried if it happens or not. But so that'll be a change. We can still get these. These are just going to be a custom order, and you just have to understand build time. I have thought about, because we do a lot of Fords, like out of the 40 beds we built, probably 80% of those, no, probably 70% of those were for Ford trucks. What does that mean? Do Ford beds rot out more, or do people just buy Fords more, and so there's more of them out on the road? I don't know. In our area, it's a lot of older trucks. They're 10, 15, 20 years old. People are just trying to keep them on the road. A lot of people starting businesses, landscape, small excavating, whatever it is, and the bed rotted out, it looks terrible, and they just need something that looks a little better and can work a little better. So here's an option. Other thing we want to do is lost my train of thought here. So you'll still be able to order these if we have the time, we have the money, all the resources are there. I might build a couple of these for stock out back. Again, the likelihood I have to sit on them greatly increased, so I'm not super eager to do that, but if we got busy enough, I would do it. These are just kind of something, I'm trying to shift all the welding stuff to where I can build it, stock it, and go do other jobs, and then I just have to schedule pickups, versus like when these come in, I have to build them. And everyone's just a little bit different. So to hire a person, they have to understand that everyone's a little bit different. You have to build everyone a little bit different. The other thing that as always that's been a focus for us is mounting them. Because if I'm just going to build them, not every truck has the same frame distance from each other. So every truck would be different mounting them. I don't want to mount them anymore. It's just one of them things, for the money we make and the time it takes, it just doesn't really balance. We have the demand, and we could go do other things and make more money. So I have in the works talking with a few local companies to see if they would want to install them. And basically how it would look is you could order a bed from me, I could deliver it there, you can schedule when to have it installed. We're also even talking some of the same companies that we could do. It's not set in stone. I would like them to just buy the flatbeds for me at like a wholesale price, if you did 5 or more, 10 or more, whatever, to make the numbers to where they can profit a little off the bed, they can profit off the install, everyone puts money in their pocket. Some customers, some potential customers, I should say, some of these businesses, they want to do, I have 2 that I'm communicating with. I don't know if it's common or not. Both of them in the first year, they said, you can stock them here, we'll take a percentage of the sale, and then we'll do the install and make money. One thing I like about it is I can control what these retail for. I'm trying not to put two in more than a 40-mile radius from each other. So like I would control one 40-mile radius, one guy kind of northeast of me, he would control another 40-mile radius, and one guy southwest of me would control another 40-mile radius. And that gets me a 120-mile stretch that my beds are out being advertised. The only thing is, to do that, they're not buying them from me, so I don't get an influx of cash to build them and send them out there. I have to front building them and setting them out there. It's doable. It just depends how many they want on display. I believe that if you have a sale yard and it's kind of empty and bare, people are less likely to go look, versus if it's full and there's plenty of things to look at, people will stop. Maybe they're there for a tractor and they see a flatbed. Maybe they're there for a flatbed, they see a tractor or skid steer attachment, whatever. So that's just kind of where we're going for that. Don't forget, guys, where is it? Right there. We are giving a Hercules bandsaw giveaway. You have to go back, find the video, click on it. I will put it at the end of this video. I have to put it at the end of last week's video too. For whatever reason, I thought I had it. I must not have saved it or something, and it didn't upload right. The video uploaded right, just the end notes didn't upload right. So all you have to do, you have to be a subscriber to the channel, and you have to comment on the correct video. It's not this video, it's a different video, but I'll put a link in this video so you can go watch that video and put a comment in. Because there's a key word you have to put in. That video will tell you. Right now, for it, it's about a $250 giveaway that we're doing. You get some merch, you get the tool, hard case, merch, and some blades. Depending on who you are, they might last you a year, they might last you a week. I'll ship anywhere in the lower 48 for free, and I will help ship overseas. We'll work it out. We'll try to get the best deal for everybody. So with shipping, it could very well be over $300 value, I guess. But so that's just something to keep in mind. It's to me, I think it's a good deal. Excuse me. It's a tool, helped me. I think it can help a lot of others too. So be on the lookout for that. And then I think that's really all they have. What's rolling through the shop this week? It was close. Good. We have this flatbed. We have a house to go paint. It's like 4 rooms, a hallway, and a living room. Or no, it's 2 rooms, a hallway, and a living room. So probably a day, maybe 2. Might have to go back the second day and do some touch-ups. Somewhere in this stack of parts that I'm not going to dig out because you'll see it coming is our first snow pusher. It's going to be a 24-inch by 54-inch, and it's going to have all the quick skid steer quick attach plates on it. Not sure what the final price is going to be on them yet. I'm figuring on building one, let it go through all the operations, and we'll see. But I think it's going to be a good price. I think we're going to be able to come in a competitive market, but with maybe a little bit better overall product. So the only thing I'm not sure on, our tractor's still being fixed. So my brother-in-law has a new Coyote. He's going to bring that over so we can hook it up, put it through its paces, make sure everything works. We won't be able to push snow with it because we don't have snow. I'm not complaining about that. But we'll be able to make sure all the functions and angles and hookup is right. Because this is, in the past, I've always just bought the quick attach plates. Now with the plasma table and the brake, I'm going to try to make them. So we'll see how that goes. I don't want them, I want them to be easy peasy. I don't want to have it's hard to sell a product that's finicky. So we'll do that. And I might even push some stuff with it because it is like our prototype one. So generally I build the first one, prototype it, and there's a few design twists I want to make to it, Not sure. I think I have a pretty good design, but I might, push. I have a compost pile out back. I might go back and just kind of push some of that around with, make sure it pushes good and all that good stuff. So, but those are going to be coming. I'd like to sell 10 of them this year before the end of the year. I think I could. I think it's I like them. I'm liking the skid steer attachments. The profit margin seems similar to the flatbeds. It's not huge, but it's there, and I think it will be consistent. The other thing I like about them is the time to build them is a lot slower. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to be able to get start at day one and finish at day one versus between like going out, quoting jobs, doing other small little jobs, all that kind of stuff. It's hard for me to finish a flatbed in a week. If I just had the time and I could wake up and just do it, I think I could actually get one done in 3 days and then paint and lights, but it's hard for me to get it in a week because it's like I constantly have to stop and go do other things. So hence why I really don't want to even install them anymore, because it's just, that's another thing to do, and it's just, yeah, it's just another thing to have to kind of try to deal with. So, all right, guys, that's enough for this video. Thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed, go watch that other video so you guys can find out how to win that Hercules corded bandsaw. And all right, guys, have a good one. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.